Assalamualaikum dear students, this is Department of English, Government Postgraduate College Attak, and this is BSc 4th year, and this is the class for the textbook, and we are continuing with the damned human race, chapter 1 of your textbook. So let us continue from where we left off. The writer says, I was aware that many men who have accumulated more millions of money than they can ever use have shown a rabid hunger for more and have not scrupled to cheat the ignorant and the helpless out of their poorest serving in order to partially appease that appetite. Now, in our previous lecture, we discussed that how Mark Twain tries to prove that man is cruel as compared to animals. Um, in order to prove that, he said that he performed an experiment in which he put uh, many young calves inside the cage of an anaconda. The anaconda just ate one calf and left others. He did not harm any other calf because his hunger was satisfied. The second example that he quoted was that of an English earl who went to Great Plains, and there he killed 72 buffaloes, ate partially one of them, and left 71 to rot. And through that example, he said that it proves that man kills without any reason just for the sake of pleasure, but even the most ferocious animals do not do that. So that was the first point, that man is more cruel as compared to other animals. Now we have in this lecture we are moved on to his second argument, and the second argument is that man is greedy while animals are not. Man stores things, man stores wealth, other material things. Also he stores, for example, food, but the animals, they do not have such desire. Now in this sentence he says that I was aware that many men who have accumulated more millions of money than they can ever use. I was aware mean aware, from awareness, to know something, accumulated, stored, rabid, extreme kind of, intense kind of, scrupled, hesitate to do something wrong, cheat, to trick somebody, partially, in part, not fully, appease, satisfy, appetite, desire, or hunger. So, what is the meaning of this sentence? Writer says, I was aware that I already knew that many men who have accumulated more millions of money, accumulated means stored, they have gathered, have accumulated, present perfect tense, have, and then third form of the verb accumulate. They have accumulated more millions of money than they can ever use. Means he says that in my life I have known many men who have millions and millions of money, and that money is so much that they will never be able to use it in their lifetime, but still they have this rabid hunger, this extreme and intense kind of hunger to earn more money. That is, they are never satisfied with that, even though they have so much money that it would be enough for more than their lifetime, but they are not satisfied, they still want more, and have not scrupled to cheat the ignorant. Have not scrupled mean they did not show any kind of hesitation to do something wrong, to do something morally wrong, and cheat the ignorant people mean the people who are not educated, who do not have much knowledge about the world, and the helpless, and the people who are totally helpless, they are poor people. These people, these rich people who have this strange kind of intense kind of hunger for more and more money, they would cheat these poor and helpless people out of their poor servings. Poor servings mean their very small income, or their very small savings. These they would even take a very take money from the poor who already have very small amount of money, in order to partially appease that appetite, so that their this appetite, this hunger, this desire for more money can be satisfied, even though it is never satisfied. It is just partially satisfied, not completely. So in this sentence he wants to tell us that human beings, they are greedy. Even when they have a lot and lot of money, they want to have more. They would even cheat and use tricks to um, rob money from even the poorest people. This is our, you can say, this is how morally corrupt we are, the human beings. I furnished, in the next sentence he says, I furnished 100 different kinds of wild and tame animals the opportunity to accumulate vast stores of food, but none of them would do it. Furnished, when usually it is used in the sense of putting furniture in the room, but here it is used in the sense of provide. Tame, domesticated. I mean, these are the two words that we use. Wild is um, those wild are those animals who live in the jungles, who do not who are not trained. Tame are those animals who now, means who used to live in the jungles in the past, but now they are domesticated. Domesticated means they are the part of homes of human beings. Now they are not wild. Now they are not as dangerous and untrained as they used to be in the past. The example of tame animals is, for example, cows and bulls and cats and dogs. All of them used to be very wild animals, but now they are tame animals. And this is, I mean, these are the two terms that we used for animals, wild and tame. Opportunity mean chance, accumulate again store, and vast mean huge. Now the writer says, I furnished 100 different kinds of wild and tame animals the opportunity. I provided different animals, whether they were wild or tame, this opportunity, this chance, that they may store food for them, just like human beings store food and they store money. So I also provided animals to store food, but none of them would do it. But none of them um, showed any interest to store food. They would not do it. They do not like it, or they do not think that it is important or it is necessary. The squirrels and bees and certain birds made accumulations, but stopped when they had gathered a winter's supply, and could not be persuaded to add to it either honestly or by chicane. Squirrels mean, you already know what squirrels are, and bees. They mean, there are some examples in the animal kingdom like squirrels and bees who make accumulations. Accumulations mean they store food, but the difference is that when these animals, they had gathered a winter supply, mean, usually if you look at these animals, squirrels and bees, they gather food for winter when they cannot find it outside, especially in those regions where there is snowfall, or where when there is no greenery. So these animals, they cannot get their food So in order to avoid that, so that these animals might die of hunger, so what they do that they store food for the winter months. But these animals, when they think that they have gathered enough food and it would be enough for the winter months, they stopped gathering it anymore and could not be persuaded to add to it either honestly or by chicane. Honestly, you already know what is the meaning of honestly in a direct and honest manner. Chicane mean trick or fraud. Means even when I try to persuade them, persuade mean to make them do this or to convince them. Whenever I try to convince them to accumulate or store more food, whether honestly or by trick, they would not do it. Now, if you look at the construction, it is could not be persuaded. This is not active voice, this is passive voice, and this is the passive voice uh, of a construction which involves modal auxiliary. Modal auxiliary is mean these are the auxiliaries or helping verbs that are mean it is a class of helping verbs in English, and these include, for example, will, shall, can, could, may, might, should, must, have to. These modal auxiliaries, whenever they occur in a sentence, you have to use first form of verb after that. But if it is passive voice, then you have to use be after them and then third form of the verb, because this is a negative expression, so there is could not be and then third form of the verb. This is how we change modal auxiliaries into passive voice. In order to bolster up a tottering reputation, the ant pretended to store up supplies, but I was not deceived. I know the ant. These experiments convinced me that there is this difference between man and the higher animals. He is avaricious and miserly, they are not. So bolster up means support or strengthen. When something is falling, we bolster it up, we support it. Tottering mean unstable, something which is about to fall. Reputation mean the good name of somebody or fame of somebody. Pretend to show. Supplies, here it is used in the sense of food. Deceived mean tricked, to do fraud. Convinced mean make me believe. Avaricious, extremely greedy for wealth. And miserly mean not spending money. A person who is a miser is the one who does not like to spend money. Now, uh, tottering reputation mean the good name of mankind, which was tottering after I observed these things. Tottering mean it was about to fall, or the reputation of human beings was destroyed as compared to the animals. Um, I mean, there you can say in order to support this falling reputation of man, we can give one example where we can say that the ants, they store food, and they store food in huge quantities, not just for winter. But I was not deceived but I was not deceived by it, I was not tricked by it. This is also passive voice. I know that because I know that what kind of animals ants are. And these experiments, they convinced me, they made me believe that there is this difference between man and the higher animals, that man and higher animals, they are two different categories. They are different from each other. Man is avaricious and miserly, mean their man is greedy. Miserly mean they do not like to spend, while higher animals, the other animals, are not. In the course of my experiments, I convinced myself that among the animals, man is the only one that harbors insults and injuries, broods over them, waits till a chance offers, then takes revenge. The passion of revenge is unknown to the higher animals. Now, this is the third characteristic. The first characteristic was that man is cruel. The second was that man is greedy as compared to other animals. And now we have that man takes revenge. I mean, when, for example, somebody does something bad to us, we want to pay back. We want to return the injury. And this is the reason that we consistently think about that person, we start to hate that person, we plan to injure or harm that person in some way. Now, the writer says that in the course of my experiments, in the course of me, during which, while I was doing this, for example, convinced to made me believe. Harbor here, it is used in the sense of to keep in mind secretly, to keep a thought in the mind in a secret way. Broods mean think deeply. Now, in the course of my experiments, I convinced myself, I mean, I made myself believe that among the animals, man is the only one that harbors insults and injuries. I mean, all the other animals, they do not harbor insults or injuries. That is, they do not, if somebody does something bad to them, they would not think about it. They would not keep this thought secretly in their mind. But man does. When somebody insults us or injures us, we put this idea into our mind. We consistently think about it. Broods over them mean consistently think about it. Waits till a chance offers. We wait till the opportunity arrives, then takes revenge, and then we take revenge. The passion of revenge is unknown to the higher animals. The passion or the sentiment of revenge is totally unknown to the higher animals. Higher animals do not take revenge. They do not secretly think about planning revenge against other animals or whatever, whoever has done something bad to them. So man is the only creature that does that. So that was for today. We will continue this discussion in our next lecture. Till then, take care.